Hello everyone. How are you? This is Kay. Good to see you. Welcome back to my another live stream on my YouTube channel today. It's the 20th of April and this is Sunday. So I'm here to do the weekly analysis. So as usual, I cover the Forex pairs first and then I cover gold and also Bitcoin. So let's look into the Forex pairs first. So today, let me jump into the topic. So let me go to the trading view and I start from Euro USD all the way down to Swiss franc JPY. And I do so on the weekly time frame. Since this is weekend, on the weekends, I check the weekly time frame. And in the month end, I check the monthly time frame. Just to get the bigger picture so that I can plan ahead during the week whenever I see some opportunities. So weekly Euro USD is actually near the resistance of 1.1473, and this resistance level was actually the one from January 2022, and so this is a strong resistance. Actually, on the week of the 7th of April, it was rejected and now it's consolidating. However, the Kumo twisted bullish. So my view perspective still bullish trend. Last week closed with a bullish bar. Let me just hide the drawings. So last week closed with a bullish bar and this trend may continue. So my view remains bullish. So that's Euro USD. But from here, if the market starts to retrace, then I think the market initially goes bearish, but not so much bigger momentum. I think there is going to be a very tiny bearish bar. If it's going to happen next week, then eventually retrace and breaks and goes down. But if the market starts to be bullish again, then probably the market breaks the resistance quickly and strongly, and then that also is going to be the new trend confirmation. So either way, if the market goes bearish, I think the market becomes choppy and it's going to be slowly downtrending. So even if you sell, you may not be able to run nice profits. So the best scenario is to buy when you see the bullish momentum on Euro USD. And next is Euro JPY. This market has been completely ranging. So in this case, I simply stay away. To be honest, I have no idea which way it's going. It could be up and down, but this is very confusing market and very, how would you say, choppy market as well. So I will simply skip and move on to the next one, which is Euro CAD. This pair is bullish still as per weekly analysis. Kumo has been bullish. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen are up now, and Chikou span above candles. I mean, technically, Kijun-sen angle is flat, but Kijun-sen itself is above the Kumo, and Tenkan-sen above Kijun-sen, so that indicates its bullish trend. And that's the direction we better follow. The market is near the resistance area between 1.58 and 1.59. So initially, the market is going to retest that resistance, and I think eventually it breaks. But however, this resistance level, if you zoom out all the way, there are also 2 weeks over here. These were March 2020 and also July 2020. So this resistance level is rather a bit strong. So my view is bullish, but in this case, based on my experience, I think it doesn't break soon. But I think the market goes up and retrace, and it forms. I think it retraces down to the Tenkan-sen. Initially, I think the market goes down to Tenkan-sen and bounce and goes up and finally breaks. And along the way, I think there is going to be also ascending P wave pattern. So the market tried to break and test the resistance multiple times, then finally breaks. It's been a pattern on Euro pairs these days, so I think this is going to be the one too. But I'm positive that the market goes bullish continuously because of this Ichimoku situation and also this doji breakout. Doji reverse was one of the Sakata Goho pattern, but when you see this, then the market tends to follow the new direction. So Euro CAD for me is bullish now. And next is Euro AUD. Euro AUD is to me, this is not bullish anymore. Although the price is above Tenkan-sen and Chikou span above the candles, this market is a bit ranging to me. I think it consolidates for a while, for a few weeks or even a few months until it finds the new direction. So I think for now, we better monitor the market. So this market is rather bearish. If the market goes down, then I think it retraces to the Tenkan-sen, weekly Tenkan-sen, which is 1.745 or 746 level. So that will be an initial target if you want to sell. So next is Euro Pound. Euro Pound has been retracing as well. Last week retracement. 2 weeks ago, on the week of the 7th of April, it broke the resistance. So I was waiting for the price to continue bullish to follow this week and onwards. But as it turned out, this week became a bearish bar. This week became a bearish bar, and it was supported by the Senko span B. So in this case, I think the market most likely continue to range and until the next Henkabi. Henkabi means the swing lows. In terms of swing lows, the next Henkabi is going to be on the week of the 19th of May. So the market may either continue to retrace or continue to consolidate until 19th of May. So till then, unless it breaks the resistance and renews higher, we can just monitor for this pair. And Euro Swiss franc is near the support level, so we better wait for the breakout, simply speaking. Support level of 0.9203. This support level is quite strong. There are two previous touches, and yeah, before that there was no touches. So 2 touches, and also these weeks are relatively longer than other bars. So this is a typical strong support indication. So better to wait for the break and sell. And also, since Kumo and Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen are flat on the sideways, and Chikou span is very close to candles, in this case, most likely, in my experience, it doesn't break soon. So anyways, yeah, to me, this is not the good market to trade this week. And Pound USD seems to be nice. It broke the previous high of 1.3207, and now it's heading towards 1.3433, and we have a room of 136 pips to trade. So this is nice. Kumo twisted bullish just now, and Tenkan-sen has been up and bullish. Chikou span also is now locating above the candlesticks. So this is nicely bullish at the moment. And Pound JPY is now range. This is not really a trending market. So based on the weekly analysis, we can't really tell which way it's going this week. So I will simply skip this one and come back next week. And Pound CAD. Pound CAD has been now above the Tenkan-sen. Last week touched on the Kijun-sen, which was 1.8116 level, and this is also the previous resistance level. So I was kind of thinking that the market bounces here and bullish, and as it turned out, today, last week closed with a bullish bar. So this is the sign of the new bullish trend, and the price is actually closed above the Tenkan Sen, like I mentioned before, and Chikou span above the candles as well, and the Kumo is now bullish. So Pound CAD to me is bullish now, which is also another good market to monitor closely this week. And Pound AUD is now retracing or consolidating. But the key is here that the price is above the Tenkan Sen, so it may be supported and goes up. If it breaks Tenkan Sen, then the market start to retrace to Kijun Sen. So that will be the direction to follow and target to the weekly Kijun Sen, which is 2.0437. Okay, next is Pound Swiss franc. This is one of the Swiss franc pairs which had massive downtrend last week, and it broke the support level. Sorry, 2 weeks ago, broke the support level, but last week was a retracement. So usually when the market shoots down all the way like this way, especially on the weekly time frame, usually the market range after this. If it doesn't break lower, then it becomes range for a few weeks. So I will come back this market also next Sunday. USD/JPY is nicely downtrend at the moment. Chikou span is now below the candles. So looks like the market is now going to the previous support level, which is 139.58, and we have a room of 246 pips to trade. So if you want to trade USD/JPY, sell is the right direction still until the previous support level. In this case, you never buy. As a trend follower, you better sell and trial as long as it goes. I say there's support level 139.58, but it could break. Depends on the Kumo shape, Kumo thickness. The market may break the support. In that case, you don't exit. You just keep holding and trading profits over time. Since this is one of the JPY pairs, the volatility is really huge. So once you start to run profits, you can expect good profits. Next is USD/CAD. This pair has been bearish for the last 2 weeks, especially 2 weeks ago was a huge bearish trend, and last week became a pin bar. Pin bar means the very tiny body and long wick on one side. In this case, very tiny body and long wick on upside. So in this case, if the next bar becomes bearish and breaks the pin bar bearish, then downtrend continues. Just because it's pin bar, you cannot conclude the market becomes down. So we have to wait for how the market goes this week, Monday or Tuesday, or until Wednesday. If the market continues bearish and seems to be breaking the support, then you can follow downtrend. But if the market starts to be bullish, then it becomes the inside bar, and it may become a range continuously, so no trade. But even if it becomes bearish, I think the market becomes choppy in lower time frames, 1 hour or below time frames, because Chikou span is now touching, and also the price is between Kijun Sen and the Kumo. So the real downtrend happens when the market breaks the Kumo. And also this yellow trend line is based on the monthly time frame. If you zoom out all the way, then this yellow trend line has been working so well. So if the market were to be bearish, it's going to be down until the weekly Kumo or the trend line. But especially once it breaks this area, then it's going to be nice downtrend and more stable downtrend. So far to me, this is oversold. So it could be a bit choppy market in lower time frames. So next is USD Swiss franc. This market was nice because it broke the support level of 0.8381 and you can follow downtrend continuously. Kumo is a bit small and thin, which indicates oversold sign. So the market has to retrace, consolidate, but in the bigger picture is bearish to me. And next is AUD USD. This market is now retracing and this is becoming range. So it's better to wait for the breakout of the previous resistance level, which is 0.6394. Once the market breaks there, then it goes, sorry, let me just close. Sorry, I opened one of the documents. I wanted to click on this horizontal line here, and the target is the previous flat Kijun Sen initially, which is 0.6515, and then also there is going to be a Kumo up here as well, and then ultimate target is all the way up 0.6941. One thing about this market is that let's say the market breaks the resistance this coming week from tomorrow. Let's say the market breaks 0.6394, then initially the market goes bullish continuously to the previous flat Kijun Sen area, which is 0.6515, and then what's going to happen is that it heads towards the Kumo where it's very thin, which means this area. When the market reaches the thin part of the Kumo, then most likely it breaks and continues. So that's a good sign. If the market retraces like this way, then this market is going to be a good market to buy, especially if the market breaks after the previous flat Kijun Sen area. It's going to be a nice market. And the market tends to be retracing to the thin part of the Kumo as well. So if this really happens, then this is going to be a big market to buy. However, if the retracement momentum is weaker and if the market starts to head towards the thicker part of the Kumo, then no trade. Most likely it will be resisted or it becomes choppy once into the Kumo, and it's not going to be a good market to trade. And next is AUD CAD pair. This market is retraced to the previous support level as well as the weekly Kijun Sen, which is 0.8849. And now this may be bearish. Let's see which way the market goes. If the market has been resisted here, then sell is going to be the right direction this week. I mean, if the market becomes bearish, it's better situation for this market than breakout and buying, because most likely the market becomes choppy after this. But if it starts to be bearish again, then I think the trend is more smoother. Next is AUD JPY. This market broke the previous support level of 90.07 3 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago was a retracement, and last week closed with the doji. But this doji has been below the Tenkan Sen, and Chikou span below the candles, and Kumo is down still. So this is downtrend still to me. This week the market may be resisted by the Tenkan Sen and go down. So if the doji breaks bearish this week, then from next week onwards is going to be a nice downtrend. So let's see if that happens, this one. And next one is AUD Swiss franc. This is retracing also. Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen are both flat, so these are going to be the targets. Either 0.5378 or 0.5414. Those are the targets. And next is CAD JPY. CAD JPY is now a bit ranging. However, if you can see, it has been resisted by the Tenkan-sen, the blue Tenkan-sen, and also Chikou span has been below the candles, and Kumo is getting thicker and bigger, and also it has been resisted by the descending trend line. So to me, it's bearish. Hopefully the market starts to be bearish this week and breaks the support level of 101.67, then this is going to be a great market to trade. And next is CAD Swiss franc. This market is downtrend. Although Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen are above the price, I like the Kumo shape on this one, and I like how Chikou span has been away from the candles. So hopefully the market becomes bearish again, then sell is going to be the right direction on this one. Okay, next is Swiss franc JPY. This market has been bullish 2 weeks ago, and last week was consolidation. And this happens because this is overall range. Kumo has been flat, Kijun-sen has been flat also, and Chikou span is touching. So when you see this situation, then try not to trade. We can't really tell which way the market's going at this moment. So that covered the all forex pairs, and now let me move on to gold, commodity, and XAU/USD. So again, thank you very much for everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend today. And first, I wanted to do analysis, and then let me get back to your comments. So in terms of gold, like I mentioned previously last week, the target at the moment is 3,400, and seems like it's heading towards that level. After the breakout of 3,300 this week, now it's going up to 3,400. And still, I don't see any sign of the retracement. So whoever keeps holding the gold, don't have to exit, and whoever wants to newly trade is still having some opportunities to buy gold. I like the Kumo shape. It's been not too thin in the weekly time frame. It's exactly in the same same distance between single span A and B, and they were both pointing up this way. So that's why it's bullish continuously. Okay, finally, let me cover BTC USD. I go to cryptos and BTC USD. This is the weekly time frame, and the market is still ranging to me. The price is simply below Kijun-sen, and the Chikou span is now getting closer to the candles. So the market could go bullish after this, especially when Chikou span touches the candles, which happens in 1 to 3 weeks. So that means on the week of the 5th of May, Chikou span touches the candles, and it may follow bullish this way. This is called the Chikou span trace strategy. So if this happens in 3 weeks, the market turns bullish. But until that happens, I think most likely the market continues range. So I guess this is not really trending yet. I see the dip. I see the dip over here 2 weeks ago, but based on Ichimoku and also the price action, I don't see bullish trend yet on gold, on Bitcoin, BTC USD. Sorry. Okay. All right. So now let me come back to some comments now. Again, thank you very much for joining today. Good to see you. Today is the 20th of April on Sunday. So I have covered the forex pairs and gold, and also BTC USD. Okay, Nadim says, hello sir, good morning. One video is playing. Why is the rest of the video not playing for KTS course? The video should be working, so if you are still having issues, please let me know by email. and please attach the screenshot of the error and I can look into the details. All right. Okay, Ichimoku Trader, good to see you. Thank you so much. Okay. Faiz, good to see you as well. From your past experience, which session has given you the most amount of trades? I would say UK session is the most volatile. And then New York. And Asian session is usually less volatile. And that's why it was difficult when I was in Japan to trade. But now I'm in Dubai and time zone is perfect to trade UK and New York sessions. All right. Hello, Philip. Good to see you. And Charles, good to see you too. Happy Easter. Thank you for joining. Frederico, happy Easter as well. Thank you for joining too. All right. New list, good to see you. CSM, thank you for joining. Lady Crypto, good to see you too. Thank you for joining as well. All right. Philip says break of the major support on DXY would be suspicious for long Pound USD and XAU USD. Right. USD pairs and gold are relating to DXY. But let's see. Okay. Fight says, why you don't trade crypto? Because I have been trading Forex and gold, and I have just been comfortable to trade these assets. That's why. Okay. Tomato says, hi, Master. Regarding your recent gold trade that you held for several weeks, was your exit strategy different this time? If you have entered on 5-minute chart and follow the usual Kijun-sen flat exit, no, it's different. It's different. I'm using the Ichimoku strategy, Ichimoku different strategy to keep trading the profits. Yes, so that's like it's more like long term, and oftentimes previously I say if you buy, let's say when I pick one of the markets, let's say this one, Euro CAD, if you buy right now and follow weekly time frame, then keep holding until the market breaks the Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen. And that's the strategy I was using gold, because I know it's volatile and choppy in lower time frames. So if I use lower time frame decisions, then I won't be able to keep holding in the long term. To me, gold is like a long-term asset than short-term like Forex. So yeah, that's why I keep holding the market for a long time. I still keep holding gold. Yes, E-Trades, good to see you. Thank you for joining as well. Rizwan, hello. Okay, sorry I missed Euro USD. Can you repeat for Euro USD? Yeah, Euro USD is it's near the resistance 1.1473. I think the market, if the market breaks the resistance, then it's gonna be a nice bullish run. I see the Kumo twist over here, and Chikou span has been above the candles, so it's either the market breaks in bullish or retrace. If the market starts to retrace, then I think the market becomes very choppy. But yeah, so this resistance 1.1473 is also coming from the 2022 January. So this resistance area is quite strong. So better to wait for the breakout and buy. That's Euro USD. Okay, Ichimoku Trader says, did you test Keifu or still using Sakata Goho? Which one works better? Sakata Goho and Keifu are two different types of candlestick patterns, and they both work really well. I use both. I use Sakata Goho, which is the basic candlestick patterns. I have the series of videos about Sakata Goho on YouTube, so whoever hasn't viewed them yet, please do. And Keifu is actually the candlestick patterns to capture the trend reverse and trend continuation from one of these original books. So Keifu is really unique technique as well, which I think is not really introduced in English, or even maybe in Japanese. You don't really see any resources about Keifu, but it works really well. Together with the 5 lines, it works really well. But Sakata Goho is the candlestick patterns by itself, so that's a bit different. Okay, Fai says, do you still backtest the pairs that you have on your list? And have you tried testing any other markets? I have tested New Zealand pairs and the performance was amazing for the last 2 years with my strategy. So I'm thinking to add New Zealand pairs. Yes. But the only thing is that the spread with my broker for New Zealand pairs are quite big. That's the only concern. Okay, let me continue reading some more comments now. Sumi says, hi Kei, great to see you and thanks for doing this session. Have you explained your recent gold trade? Are you still holding it? Yes, I'm still holding it. Yes, I bought the gold on, which price was it? I haven't actually checked. Yeah, I just keep holding it. I bought it on 2852.7. 2852.7. I bought gold and still keep holding it. All right. All right. Nafea, good to see you. Hinata, thank you very much for joining as well. Faiz, do you manage the time on when to analyze the charts? Do you divide the time in sessions? No, actually, I don't divide you mean the screening time in sessions. I simply analyze whenever I can during the day. It could be Asian session, could be UK session, could be New York session, but I check the charts whenever I can. And when I do, I check all the pairs. But with my strategy, I have 21 pairs on my watch list, but it takes only 1-2 minutes to scan all the markets. I simplify my scanning process. That's also part of time efficiency mindset. I don't want to spend too much time whenever I don't see any opportunities. So my decisions are very quick. I scan the charts in 1-2 minutes, and if I don't see anything, then I simply walk away. Okay, Charo gold. Yes, gold is bullish still on the weekly time frame. I don't see any sign of the retracement yet. Okay, Greg, thank you very much for joining again. Can you talk about your entry into the gold trade? What time frame you entered on? What price you entered at? I bought the gold again, let's see, on 2852.7. So that was, hold on, let me go to commodity and gold. 2852.7, which was down here. 52.7, it's around this area. If I just zoom in, hold on, let me just switch it to the daily time frame, and it was here 52.7 was here. Yes, this area, I bought it. So basically, I'm following Ichimoku weekly time frame, and I keep holding. Since it's bullish, it never broke that Tenkan-sen, so that's a mindset I'm keep holding. I'm not pay attention to the lower time frames on this particular trade. Yes, hello, good to see you. All right, Ivan, thoughts on the Nasdaq? Right, US indices has been also quite choppy now, but let's see. Nasdaq weekly time frame is now into the Kumo, and the Chikou span is now below the candles, and the Kumo is very thin and tiny. So this is range. It's range. So yeah, we can't really tell which way it's going. We just have to monitor and see what's going to happen next. In this case, I don't really analyze or forecast which way it's going. Okay. Yasser says, what is the US trade war impact on the market? Definitely affecting some of the asset USD pairs, relating to USD pairs, negative correlation pairs, and also US indices and gold. But seems like it doesn't. It's not really affecting the Bitcoin. Okay. Shobhit says, hi there, I am using Ichimoku from last more than 7 years and felt it is great tool. Not much with it. I have done backtesting for more than 250 stocks in NSE and good extraordinary results. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, it's good that you have backtested it first, and then you see the result. And once the result is great in backtesting, then you're ready to trade live. So that's a good step. Yeah, I'm not really exactly sure how you are using Ichimoku, but it's really a great tool. For me, I'm a trend follower, so mainly I trade on the trending markets based on my strategy, but Ichimoku offers lots of other strategies. New list, watched all your Sakata Goho videos this week, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, you watched it, that's great, that's great. Yes, Sakata Goho is, Sakata is the name. Goho means like 5 methods. So he actually took 5 methods, basic 5 candlestick patterns. And there are so many variations from the 5 basic patterns. But mainly I use these 5 basic patterns only. Okay, Tomato says, thank you K for reply. Please do a video on your entry on gold in your trading strategy in this trade. Okay, sure. I will do that in the future videos. Yes. Philip says, K, are you still using extension lines of the weekly flat Kijun-sen Senko Span B and support resistance lines? Yes, I do. Yes. Kijun-sen flat and Senko Span B flat can be extended. Not as support resistance, but for the future targets. Basically, I'm using for that purpose. Yes. New list, did you do a series of Keifu? Not yet. But I will do that first within the community. Because Keifu is such an advanced technique, so you have to really understand fully about the 5 lines and 3 theories. Then Keifu starts. Well, actually, before Keifu, there is going to be Kyushu Ashi. Then Keifu happens. So step by step, you have to master one by one. DJ says, hi K, can you look at the S&P 500? All right, let's see. Well, this one is also identical to Nasdaq. The price within the Kumo, the future Kumo is very thin. So this is still range to me. Yeah, but just to add one more thing for both markets is that once the market breaks the Kumo bearish, then it's going to be downtrend. Because by the time the price breaks the Kumo bearish, then the Kumo is going to be thicker and bigger. And also, you can see that the price has been resisted by the Kijun-sen. And also the Chikou span is going to be, well, Chikou span won't be below the Kumo, but Chikou span goes into Kumo. and the candlestick itself breaks the Kumo bearish, and that's the bearish sign. Yeah, so if that happens, then I think the market turns bearish. Okay. Yasser says, what is your entry trigger time frame? I usually enter the markets based on 5-minute time frame in Forex pairs. I used to use 15, but these days I use 5-minute time frame mainly. So I enter in the lower time frame to have a smaller stop loss, to be more exact entry on spot timing. But when it comes to trading profits, I trail based on higher time frame. And in this way, my profit factor, which is calculated by the gross profit divided by the gross loss, becomes higher. Because I enter market again in lower time frames, and whenever the market starts to retrace, I exit based on lower time frame. But once the market starts to run my direction, then I trail based on higher time frames. So that's why my trading profits are going to be much, much more than the exit with the small losses. Okay, Nafea, you're welcome. DJ says, hi Kay, can we use Ichimoku for scalping? Which time frame will be the best? Myself is not doing scalping, so I can't really advise on this one. And Ichimoku, as per original teaching, is for bigger time frame, higher time frames. So yeah, I have to say Ichimoku is not for scalping. But if you want to use, if I were to use Ichimoku for scalping, then I will definitely use the Ichimoku 5 lines based on 5-minute time frame and plus the candlestick patterns to enter exit the trades. I think 1-minute time frame is too small, too low for scalping with the Ichimoku, but 5-minute time frame or 15-minute time frames are okay with the candlestick patterns. But again, I haven't backtested, I haven't developed any strategy for scalping, so I'm just saying it. Okay, so hit, what about USD JPY? Oh, that market is downtrend now. It's downtrend. It's reaching to the next support level. Yes. New list is the interpretation same when the price is inside bullish Kumo versus prices inside bearish Kumo. It's the same. Yeah. Basically, when the price is within the bearish or bullish Kumo, it's range. But usually when the market retraces, let's say from bullish to bearish, the market goes into the bullish Kumo, right? And when the market goes down and up, then when it goes into Kumo, it's going to be a bearish Kumo. So it depends on the trend, whether the Kumo is bullish, bearish, it will be different. Yes, sir, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for the comment. Okay, Blue says, hello, Kay, can you have a look at XRP USDT? Thank you. Yeah, sure. I think someone requested to check the XRP last week as well. Is there anything happening on that market? I don't really trade crypto, so I don't really follow any news on crypto, so I'm not really sure what's happening, but let me check. Okay, this is still supported by the Kijun Sen, which is 1.9451 weekly Kijun Sen. And however, Kumo flat and Chikou span is touching almost. I mean, Chikou span is getting closer, so this is range to me now. And let's see. Chikou span touches the candles in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. On the week of the 19th of May, Chikou span is going to touch. And when it touches, the market may follow. I mean, Chikou span may follow the candlesticks. So next 2 weeks after 19th of May could be bullish. But it's only for the short-term bullish. But overall, still not really sure which way it's going. It's range. If the market breaks the Kijun Sen, then I think it goes down to Kumo. Or if the market breaks the Tenkan Sen, which is 2.3216 bullish, then I think it's going to be bullish trend. But at this moment, I can't really say which way it breaks. So we just have to monitor for a while. Okay, Ken says, where are the Hosoda projection targets on your chart? Some of the markets I do analysis based on price targets, like gold I did, and some other markets. So these price targets are, you can take profit there, but also at the same time, you monitor the chart, and when the market really respects those levels, then that's when you exit the trades. So these letters E and N and V are Ichimoku targets. So now it broke the E target of 3245.38. Then the next target is going to be extended to what we call 2E target. Or between E and 2E target, there are some other targets as well. But these are the major targets through Ichimoku. So yeah, it's really interesting, right? Ichimoku also has targets in terms of the price, not only the time. But time cycle, time targets are more important. Okay. I did time cycles as well previously, but now it's been extending as well. So yeah, let's see. So Hit, is there any chances USD/JPY reversal, even reversal to bullish? Yeah, when the market touches on the support, then it may turn bullish. But for now, it's bearish. Yeah, let me look into USD/JPY again. You know, I used to trade only USD/JPY for the whole 1 year, because in Japan, when I was in Japan, USD/JPY is the most popular market, and almost everyone trades this one. So we have so many resources and so many news, so many like columns and social media posts about USD/JPY. Whenever the market moves up and down, within Japan, they really focus on USD/JPY. So I was one also. I was only trading USD/JPY in the beginning. So yeah, this market is down. This is the weekly time frame again, but the target is now 139.58. Simply, this is the previous support level target. Kumo twisted bearish, and Chikou span below candles. So yeah, that's bearish. Okay, new list, you're welcome. I says, your videos have improved my trading tremendously. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, it's my pleasure to share my knowledge and analysis on YouTube like this. And I'm learning also as well, based on your comments. Sometimes I get the comments and questions, and by answering these comments and questions, I have been also learning and improving my trades. Sometimes I get inspiration from your comments, and I test myself and develop some new ideas. So it's been really fun actually to do this for me as well. All right, Blue, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so now I think I will finish the live stream. So thank you very much everyone for joining today. I hope you have the great rest of your weekend, and let's see how the market moves from tomorrow. So until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now. またね. Thank you very much.